Okay, we talked about how to go from a percent to a fraction or a fraction to percent, and I'm going to talk about what to do when the numbers are not so easy in terms of a fraction. Well, we said that a percent is describing a part of a whole, the same thing that a fraction does. It describes a part of a whole. We also can think of fractions as splitting up a whole into parts. We can kind of flip those words backwards. If we think of a fraction as splitting a whole into its parts, we can also think, all right, what else is it we do in math that takes a whole and splits it into parts? And hopefully you are shouting at your screens, division! Which way back when we talked about how all fractions are really division problems. Let's see if I can prove that I said that. I can't prove that I said that. Dang. I did say it though. Shoot. Okay. Anyways, off topic. What this means is that all fractions are actually division problems. We just don't, a lot of times we don't want to find the answer to the division problem because we want to keep it as a division problem. But all fractions, I almost want to write it backwards, are division. This is also why when we're talking about like dividing something out and I just do the divided by, like when we were coming up with equivalent rates, I just draw a line under it, and that means divided by because I'm making it a fraction. Oh, like when we did area, base times height divided by 2, just putting a line over 2, that makes it division because it's a fraction. Or we can say it's a fraction because it's division. So, long story short, let's say you get a number you have to turn into a percentage. Like you start with the 1/8. Okay, 1/8 does not fit nice and neatly into 100. And it's difficult when it's something like this. It is possible, so you can say, all right, 1/8 is the same as, what if I did it times 5, 5/40ths, then I could do, never mind, I'm just not even going to do it. This is illustrating my point perfectly. My point being that it's not worth it to try to figure out how to do it. You just use a calculator, and here's how you do it. So I have my phone here. I'm pulling up my calculator. I go 1 divided by 8 equals 0.125. Now, it's important that we know what this means. A decimal is a way of describing part of one whole. So this is, if we took 1/8 and we made it out of 1, this is what it would be worth. But we actually want it out of 100, right? Because percent means out of 100. So we have to take what it would be out of 1 and multiply it by 100. And we get 12.5, which means it's 12.5 out of 100, or we can write that as 12.5%. You may have noticed that when we multiplied by 100, the decimal just moved 2 spots to the right. Good for you. All right, so let's try another one. Let's say we have 2/3 equals what? So I do 2 divided by 3 equals 0.66. See how it rounds off to 7? It's actually a repeating decimal that goes on forever as 0.66. but we round off whatever the last one is up because 6 is greater than 5. And then that's out of 1. We want to make it out of 100. So we multiply by 100. We get 66.6%, or round up to 66.7%. Okay, you try one. Try 7/15. So I do 7 divided by 15 is that times 100, and I get 46.7%. So you know how to do it when the numbers are nice to you, and you know how to do it when the numbers are not nice to you.